Yo, welcome back to Military Bread, where we discuss and talk all things military. I'm your host, Patrick Montgomery, aka Mont, and today we're about to dive into honestly a topic that I've been hearing across the internet over and over again, and I think it's time to address it. Now, I've been hearing so much chatter about Diddy saying, people painting him as a villain or whatever, but listen up, man. I really gotta be real with some of y'all. What Diddy is doing is nothing new. A lot of this has been going on for quite some time, and people are just sweeping it under the rug, especially in the military. Now, the military is notorious for a bunch of this stuff, and I'm about to get down to the gritty, and I'm about to tell y'all what really goes on behind military closed doors. But check this out. Now, for those who don't know, the military, we love parties. We love to get together and have a few drinks with our brothers and sisters in arms and have a good time. And I've been to my fair share of parties, not on the Diddy level, but enough to know the usual vibe and what we do. I mean, we have a couple of beers, we have some good conversation, and that's all cool. But when you get down to this thing called swinger parties, honestly, I think that's where I gotta pump my brakes. And if you don't know what a swinging party is, well, brace yourself, because we about to dive into it. Now, a swinger party is when a couple get together and swap partners, do all kind of freaky stuff, and some of y'all out there honestly think that shit is hot and satisfying. Man, what? I ain't never heard no stuff like this until I joined the military. And I'm like, I know I'm from a small town minds, but I'm just like, yo, this is too much. And you mean to tell me this is going on in the military? Listen, let's break this down. At one of my duty stations or whatever, my chain of command was tight, super close. They did everything together. I mean, everything. And I thought like, yo, this is some real camaraderie. Like, they shop together, they eat together, they work together, they even spend times hanging out on the weekend. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But when do you have time to make with your family? Then one day, honestly, this is what kind of sent me through a loop. One of my senior NCOs invited me to this party, and I was like, who's going to be there? And, he started dropping names or whatever. And I'm thinking like, oh, word, so officers, let's do this. I ain't never got to really party with officers. And I heard they really get down, but I did not think they get down like this. But before I could even finish my sentence and be like, yeah, hey, let's do this, he starts talking about this wild shit. He started talking about how wild these parties get. And at the time, I was down for the craziness. But when he hit me with this, you have to keep an open mind. What? I gotta keep an open mind for what? Hold on. What do you mean by that? Like, dude, what do you mean I gotta keep an open mind? And I'm thinking like, we're just doing, a few drinks, a few shots, having some fun, maybe play a game or two, right? But nah. He was being all cryptic, looking over his shoulders, looking to see who was around us or whatever, as if, he was telling me the secret of the world. So he pulls me aside because he was like, hey man, let's go outside and talk or whatever, so I can give you, a little more details about, what really goes on. And out of nowhere, this man starts spilling all the Diddy tea. And he's like, yeah, we get drunk as hell, and whatever happens. Whatever happens. Like, at this point now, I'm just like, now I thought I was confused at first, but now I'm getting even more confused. Like, everything just started taking a turn. Like, now in my mind, I'm like, what is exactly going on at these parties, bro? Like, what are y'all really doing? This man looked me dead in my eyes and said, well, anything and everything goes. Now at this point, everything is starting to click. And then he even came out and was saying, you can even bring your wife. Now at this moment, the light bulb finally goes off, and I'm like, oh hell nah. Y'all gotta be wildin'. Y'all are wild and y'all are going too far. I'm not finna call myself getting entangled up with all this stuff that y'all got going on. And Bro ended up putting his arm around me, like put his arm around my shoulder, like we tight, like we bros. Well, I mean, he was cool or whatever, but not on that level. Talking to me like, oh, bro, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna show you the ropes. First of all, you ain't gotta show me shit. I'm not into that freaky shit that y'all on. Second of all, you got me messed up to thinking, for one, I'm finna be a part of this little freaky circus. And then for three, you think I'm finna bring my wife to this? You think I'm finna bring my wife to this so y'all can pass her around and shit? Like, nah, bro. Nah, I ain't even going for that. Here's the kicker, man. Here's the kicker. Like, y'all do all this and then come to work the next day like nothing happened. Come on. When I say it runs deep, man, this shit runs deep. The names that he was dropping, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, y'all officers are too freaky. Like y'all leading the formation, y'all planning out our convoys, putting these missions together, and y'all doing all this freaky shit behind closed doors. Like what? That shit crazy to me. But now I understand why the divorce rate is so high in the military and it's off the charts. You're telling me we're married, but we're going to all these parties, we're swapping partners, baby oil flying, KY jelly flying everywhere. Nah, man, I'm good. But this is the craziness that goes on in the military and people are not talking about it. Y'all want to roast Diddy, but your commander out here doing some freaky shit. Man, that is out to me. And the crazy thing is, this wasn't even my first encounter, like with the whole swinger life. Like I had this boy, honestly, man, this dude, he was deep in it. And I mean deep in it, man, like super deep. He was always trying to convince me and my girl to honestly join the swinger life. And I mean, I think he went even as far as the whole BDSM type deal. But at first, he was making some, he made some valid points. He really made some valid points. And I was like, honestly thinking about it, but I was like, nah, I don't think this for me. But I thank God for having my girl shut that down, because she was like, I understand what you're saying and it sounds good or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. And I honestly believe that, a bunch of young people were open to trying new things, especially, when all the bad stuff is hidden behind the curtain. And the crazy thing is, he was in the military too. He did years in the military. He retired out of the military. And I'm telling y'all, the military is freaky as it get. And I'm telling y'all to say this. Diddy is the only one that's out here on this type of time. You got all these different people that may be partaking in something somewhat similar, or honestly, maybe damn near exact of what Diddy is doing. And y'all know Diddy rap, she look wild. I mean, that shit crazy as fuck. This man had 1,000 bottles of baby oil and over 700 and something dildos. I mean, that shit is crazy. And I'm not discrediting anything that he may have done, but we can't sit here and villainize Diddy for some of the stuff that he's doing. And, your partner may be doing the same thing and you just don't even know about it. And it's done right under your nose. All I'm saying is, before you quit to point your finger, take a look around you. But that's all I got for you guys today. I just really kind of want to get into this topic because I'm just like, it's a bunch of stuff that's done and it's not even talked about. But then we want to single out one person because they shit came to the light. But I want to hear what you guys say. Please drop a comment and let me know what you guys think about this topic. Do you think Diddy is any worse than anybody that's in the military swinging? Do you feel like it's any worse than what Huey Helfer did? But let's talk about it. But whatever you guys do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell notification to be notified for the next video that drop. But until next time, hey, military